Welcome to Retired Pennies World, where every old coin tells a story of history, rarity, and hidden treasure. In today's video, we're exploring one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1981 USA 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. This small piece of metal might look like an ordinary coin you'd find in your pocket, but what if I told you that some versions of this coin have sold for more than $100 in today's coin market? That's right, this simple 5-cent coin could be hiding serious value, and today we're going to uncover exactly why collectors are paying big money for it. The Jefferson nickel has been one of the most beloved coins in U.S. history. First introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, it has carried the image of one of America's founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, for decades. The obverse side of the coin features Jefferson's portrait, designed by the talented artist Felix Schlag. Around the portrait, you'll see the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year of minting, in this case, 1981. Flip the coin over and you'll find a stunning image of Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia, with the words "E pluribus unum," United States of America, and the coin's denomination, 5 cents. This timeless design has made the Jefferson nickel one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. circulation. Now, let's talk about where these coins came from. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced the Jefferson nickel in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint placed its unique mint mark on the coin: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. These mint marks play a big role in determining the coin's rarity and value. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the majority of nickels for everyday circulation, while the San Francisco mint focused on making special proof coins for collectors. Altogether, more than 1.3 billion nickels were produced that year, but only a small number of them remain in perfect mint condition today, and that's what makes them so valuable. The 1981 5-cent coin was made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that signature silver-gray color. Even though it has no precious metal like silver or gold, the real value lies in its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. A circulated 1981 nickel that has been used in everyday transactions is generally worth its face value of 5 cents, but when you find one in uncirculated or mint state condition, the story changes completely. Coins graded MS65 or higher by professional grading companies, such as PCGS or NGC, can easily sell for $25 to $50. But if you're lucky enough to own one graded MS67, a nearly perfect coin with no visible flaws under magnification, you could be looking at a value of over $120 or more. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are another hidden gem. These 1981 S-proof nickels were not made for general circulation, but for collectors. They were struck using polished dies on specially prepared planchets to give them a mirror-like shine. A perfect 1981 S-proof nickel graded PR70 Deep Cameo, meaning flawless surfaces and deep contrast between the raised and flat areas, has been known to sell between $100 and $150. The beauty of these coins, combined with their scarcity in perfect condition, makes them a must-have for serious Jefferson nickel collectors. But that's not all. Some 1981 nickels have rare minting errors that push their value even higher. Errors like double strikes, off-center minting, die cracks, and missing elements can make a coin extremely desirable to error collectors. For example, a 1981 D nickel with an off-center strike or a visible die crack could fetch hundreds of dollars depending on how noticeable and unique the error is. These minting mistakes turn ordinary coins into rare collectibles, and the more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. If you're checking your collection for a 1981 nickel, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, check for a mint mark beside Jefferson's portrait. That tells you which mint produced it. Second, examine the condition carefully. A bright, shiny coin with sharp details and no scratches or signs of wear is always worth more. Coins that have been stored properly in holders away from air and moisture tend to keep their luster and value longer. If your coin appears almost perfect, it's a good idea to send it to a grading service for authentication. Even a small increase in grade, for example from MS66 to MS67, can mean a jump in price from $40 to over $120. Collectors value these coins not only for their beauty, but for the history they represent. Each 1981 nickel carries the legacy of Thomas Jefferson and the craftsmanship of American coin makers. While most people overlook nickels as simple spare change, dedicated collectors know that the right coin in the right condition can be worth far more than its face value. It's fascinating to think that a coin minted over 40 decades ago can still be a hidden treasure in your pocket or your old coin jar. You might be holding a small fortune, a rare collector's piece worth over $100. These coins are proof that even the most common-looking coins can surprise you with their hidden value, especially when they're well-preserved or contain unique features.
Next up, we are going to talk about a coin that may look ordinary, but can surprise you with its unexpected value, the 1996 USA 5-cent coin with the D mint mark, also known as the Jefferson nickel. Many people still have this coin lying around in their drawers, jars, or old wallets, not realizing that some of these nickels can be worth well over $100 in today's collector market. So stay with me until the end, because you might just discover that you've been holding a little piece of American treasure in your hands all along. The 1996 Jefferson nickel continues the long-running design tradition that began back in 1938, when the coin first replaced the buffalo nickel. On the front side of this coin, you'll see the profile of Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers and the third president of the United States. Surrounding his portrait are the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year of minting, 1996. Just beside Jefferson's ponytail, you'll notice a small D mint mark, which tells us that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint. The reverse side of the coin features Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, with the words E pluribus unum, United States of America, and 5 cents engraved around it. The design by Felix Schlag has stood the test of time, symbolizing both the history and pride of American coinage. Now, let's talk about the production and composition of the 1996 D nickel. It was made using a blend of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that classic silver-gray shine. The Denver Mint produced over 817 million of these coins in 1996, which means it's not a particularly rare issue in general circulation. However, when it comes to coin collecting, rarity isn't just about how many were made, it's about how many have survived in pristine condition. And that's where things get interesting. Most of the 1996 D nickels you'll find today have been used in circulation, showing scratches, dull color, or worn-out edges. These are worth their face value of 5 cents. But if you happen to find a 1996 D nickel that has never been used, one that still looks shiny with all the original luster and no signs of wear, then you might be holding something far more valuable. In uncirculated or mint state condition, these coins can range from $10 to $50 depending on their grade. And here's the exciting part. Coins that have been professionally graded MS67 or higher by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC have sold for over $120 in auctions. That's more than 2,000 times its original face value. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that are in perfect condition. What makes a 1996 D nickel special is its rarity at those higher grades. Out of hundreds of millions produced, only a few hundred have been found in near-perfect condition. These coins display brilliant shine, sharp details on Jefferson's hair and Monticello, and completely smooth fields without scratches or blemishes. Even a slight imperfection can bring the grade down, which is why flawless examples are so valuable. But condition isn't the only thing that can make this coin worth a fortune. Certain 1996 D nickels with minting errors have fetched hundreds of dollars in auctions. Errors such as double strikes, off-center minting, die cracks, and broad strikes make these coins one-of-a-kind collectibles. For example, an off-center 1996 D nickel with a clear, readable date and mint mark could easily sell for $200 or more, depending on how dramatic the error appears. These minting mistakes are rare because the US Mint has strict quality control, making every surviving error coin a unique find. If you're checking your coins for hidden treasures, pay close attention to the details. Look for that small D beside Jefferson portrait to confirm it's from the Denver Mint. Examine the coin's surface under a bright light. A perfect coin should have a full strike, visible steps on Monticello, and no dull spots or discoloration. Coins with what collectors call full steps are especially valuable because they indicate that the coin was struck with perfect pressure and alignment. A 1996 D Jefferson nickel with full steps in high mint state condition can easily reach prices above $100. Even though the 1996 D nickel isn't made of precious metal like silver or gold, it holds its worth because of its condition, beauty, and demand among collectors who specialize in Jefferson nickels. Remember, coin collecting isn't just about what the coin is made of. It's about the story, rarity, and preservation behind it. A perfectly preserved nickel from 1996 is a glimpse into American history, representing fine craftsmanship and timeless design. So before you spend that old nickel or toss it in your change jar, take a closer look. Your 1996 D 5-cent coin might be worth much more than you think. If you find one in uncirculated condition or with a unique mint error, you could be looking at a coin worth over $100 in today's market. That's the beauty of coin collecting. You never know when a simple piece of change could turn into a small fortune.
Next up, we're diving into one of the classic coins of modern America, the 1999 USA 5-cent coin with the P mint mark, also known as the Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it might look like just another ordinary coin from your change, but what if I told you that some of these coins are worth over $100 in today's coin market? That's right, this humble 5-cent piece could be a hidden gem sitting right in your coin jar. So let's explore its details, history, and true value in today's world. The 1999 Jefferson nickel represents the final years of the original design that began way back in 1938. This coin proudly carries the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers and the third president of the United States. On the front side, or obverse, you can see Jefferson's left-facing profile with the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" beside it, followed by the year of minting, 1999. Just next to the portrait, you'll find the small letter P, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint, the facility where this particular coin was struck. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see the elegant image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, along with the phrases "E pluribus unum," United States of America, and 5 cents. This timeless design was created by sculptor Felix Schlag and has been one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. The 1999 P nickel is made of a durable copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a shiny silver-gray color that resists tarnish. The Philadelphia Mint produced around 1 billion nickels that year, which means they're not rare in general circulation. However, as coin collectors know, rarity isn't just about how many coins were made, it's about how many survived in perfect, untouched condition. Most of these nickels have been used in everyday transactions and show signs of wear, but the few that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth far more than their face value. A circulated 1999 P 5-cent coin is worth around its face value of 5 cents, but if your coin is uncirculated, showing no scratches, dullness, or marks, then it becomes much more interesting. In mint state condition, these coins can easily fetch $10 to $30, depending on their grade. However, collectors pay premium prices for the best examples. Coins graded MS67 or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can sell over $120 in the current market. These high-grade coins are rare because even the slightest imperfection can reduce their value dramatically. One key feature that adds to the 1999 P nickel's value is the clarity of the steps on Monticello. Collectors call this the full steps designation. It means the coin was struck perfectly, with all 6 steps of Monticello visible and sharply defined. Only a tiny fraction of 1999 P nickels show full steps, making them highly sought after. A 1999p Jefferson nickel graded MS-67 with full steps can reach or even exceed $150 in value at auction, depending on demand and market trends. But that's not all. Error coins from this year can also bring surprising profits. Some nickels from this year were struck with misaligned dies, double images, or off-center designs, all of which are rare and collectible. A dramatic minting error can turn a 5-cent coin into a coin worth several $100s. For example, an off-center 1999p nickel that still shows a clear date and mint mark could sell for $200 or more to the right collector. These errors happen rarely, making them unique pieces of minting history. If you want to check whether your 1999p nickel could be valuable, start by examining it closely under good lighting. Look for the P mint mark beside Jefferson's ponytail to confirm it's from the Philadelphia Mint. Then check the shine. Uncirculated coins should have a brilliant luster and sharp details, especially around Jefferson's face and hair. Flip it over and look at the steps on Monticello. If you can clearly count all 6 steps, your coin could be a full steps variety, and that's where the big value lies. Even though the 1999p nickel doesn't contain silver or gold, it still holds strong collector value due to its design, condition, and rarity in high grades. These nickels are part of the closing chapter of an era. Just a few years later, the design was modified, making coins like the 1999p even more significant to collectors who appreciate the original Jefferson design. So while most people spend this coin without a second thought, knowledgeable collectors know that finding one in perfect condition can mean holding a small but valuable piece of history.
Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1980 USA 5-cent coin with the D mint mark, also known as the 1980 D Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it might seem like just another ordinary nickel that you could find in your change, but don't be fooled. Some versions of this coin in perfect condition have been sold for well over $100 in today's collector market. So stay tuned as we uncover the hidden details, the history, and the real value of the 1980 D nickel in today's world. The Jefferson nickel has been one of the most enduring coin designs in American history. First introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, it features a portrait of the 3rd President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. The obverse side, or the front of the coin, displays Jefferson's profile facing left with the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" engraved beside him, followed by the minting year, 1980. Just next to his ponytail, you'll find a small letter D, which stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular version of the coin was produced. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a beautifully detailed image of Jefferson's home, Monticello, along with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and 5 cents. The design was created by Felix Schlag, whose initials became part of American coinage history. Now, let's talk about the coin's specifications. The 1980 D Jefferson nickel is made of a copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it its distinctive silver-gray tone. The Denver Mint produced more than 635 million nickels that year, so it's not a rare coin in terms of total mintage. However, what makes a 1980 D nickel valuable today isn't how many were made. It's the condition of the coin, its grade, and whether it has any rare minting errors. Most 1980 D nickels you'll find in circulation have been used for decades and show signs of wear, scratches, dull surfaces, and worn edges. These are worth their face value of 5 cents. But when you find a coin that's never been used, one that still shines with its original mint luster and sharp details, then you've got something special. In uncirculated condition, a 1980 D Jefferson nickel can be worth anywhere from $10 to $50, depending on the grade. And if your coin has been professionally graded, MS-67 or higher, by a recognized grading company, such as PCGS or NGC, its value can soar to over $120. Yes, a single 5-cent coin can be worth more than $100 simply because of its condition and rarity at high grades. Collectors are particularly interested in coins that display what's known as the full steps designation.
This refers to the steps on the Monticello building on the reverse side of the coin. When a nickel is struck perfectly, you can see all 6 steps clearly defined. These full steps nickels are much rarer and command a significantly higher price. A 1980D nickel graded MS67 with full steps can easily reach values above $120, or even more depending on demand and market trends. Error coins from 1980 are another exciting part of this story. During the minting process, some nickels came out with mistakes such as double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, or missing elements. These errors make each coin unique and can raise the value dramatically. For example, a 1980D nickel with a visible double die error or an off-center strike could be worth hundreds of dollars, especially if the date and mint mark remain clearly visible. To find out if your 1980D nickel might be valuable, examine it carefully. Look closely under bright light or with a magnifying glass. Check for the small D mint mark beside Jefferson's ponytail. That confirms it was made in Denver. Then inspect the overall condition. Does it still have a bright shine and crisp details on Jefferson's face and hair? Flip the coin and look at Monticello. Can you see all the steps clearly, with no wear? If so, your coin might qualify for the coveted full steps designation, which can make it worth several times more than a regular uncirculated coin. Even though the 1980D nickel isn't made of precious metals like silver or gold, its collector value continues to grow each year. Coins like this one tell the story of American craftsmanship and history, and collectors love finding examples that have survived in perfect shape for over 4 decades. It's amazing to think that a coin worth only 5 cents in 1980 could now sell for over $100 simply because it's been preserved so well. So before you spend that old nickel or leave it forgotten in a coin jar, take another look. You might be holding a hidden gem, a piece of American history that could be worth much more than you think. Whether it's a perfect mint state coin or a rare error, the 1980D 5-cent coin proves that even the smallest piece of change can hold big value. Thank you for watching Retired Pennies World, your home for coin discoveries, hidden treasures, and collector secrets. If you enjoyed learning about the 1980D Jefferson nickel and its potential value, make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share this video with other coin enthusiasts. Stay tuned for more exciting stories about rare coins from around the world. And remember, at Retired Pennies World, every coin has a story, and every story could lead you straight to a hidden fortune.